Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, good evening, good Wednesday, even for some of you in the far eastern shores of the globe. My name is Rob. Welcome to the weekly vidIQ live stream, and this week we're going to talk about whether or not Burger King just exploited Casey, or Casey just exploited Burger King, and of course the usual channel audits. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everybody, welcome to vidIQ. My name is Rob. If this is your first time here, we are the YouTube tool and channel that aims to educate you on your YouTube journey. I am, as always, joined by our esteemed skateboarding geek, old guy. What did you call yourself last week? You were the gardening geek from last week as well, I remember, Jeremy. Joining us in the house, Jeremy, welcome to vidIQ. As always, it is an honor to join you. And the topic of this week's video, this week's live stream chat, is something that you found this morning. Just in like 10 seconds, briefly sum up what it is, and then we'll do some shout outs for everybody joining the live stream today.
So basically, yesterday, I believe it was, Burger King liked 4 or 5 of Casey's tweets from like 8 or 10 years ago, something crazy. And he retweeted and was like, hey, what's this? And they apparently did that to a lot of vloggers and, celebrities. And basically, they were using that for an excuse to promote a new product.
Yeah, and it's got our attention as an interesting leap into the YouTube world, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But as always, let's say hello to everybody joining us on the live stream today, including SP Tech Plus, our resident moderator. Thank you very much for the awesome job you're going to be doing in the next hour or so. Also, hello to Food Lover, Extreme Uber X, Master Goalie, Brit Pot is in the house, not Brad Pitt. I believe that might be his brother. AZ Pikachu 215, Jordan Akua, Leron is in the house. Hello to you, Leron. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. Make sure you tweet out what we're talking about to see if we can get mentioned by Casey as we talk about this topic. Joshua Paulino, Slide GD, Mr. Tizzle, the Bushcraft Padawan has managed to come from the outdoors indoors, or maybe he's watching this live stream outdoors. Thank you for joining us as always. The Cruiserways Jays, Karate Playbook, congratulations to you, I think, on the 250 subscribers to Science Games. Jeremy, who else do we have in the house?
We have Yo Success, Red Cat Inc., something like that. We already talked about, Cool Gray Cats.
Cool Gray Cats, hello there. And Bidley's also in there, and also the Russian who's in the house, who I'm just terrified at trying to pronounce your name. Russian person who does our timestamps for all of the live streams every single week. You sent me an email. Just remind me again how to pronounce your name, and I will do it in the next couple of seconds if you're able to do that. But yeah, this guy does a running order for this live stream, which is always fantastic, and he does it like within 24 hours of watching this live stream, which is amazing. Thank you to you. Hello also to Unilingo is also here, our Spanish team here, who translates me into Spanish, and I sound so sexy and mysterious in my Spanish voice. Yes, we do have vidIQ en Español. Do check that channel out if you do speak Spanish. Retro Gamer Boy 2+3. Wow, there's so many people joining us here in this live stream. As always, hello to every single one of you. All right, what we're going to do now is talk about this story that's kind of developing between Casey Neistat and Burger King. And I'm just going to try and summarize again briefly what Jeremy said, and then we're going to let Jeremy, the marketing expert here, let loose on this topic. What essentially Burger King have been doing is trawling through influencers, and I put that in quotes, of Twitter feeds and then liking tweets from almost a decade ago, I believe from 2010. And this has been caught by the owners of these channels, whether it be Casey or whoever else, and then asking the question to their audience, why is Burger King doing this? Why are they liking decades-old tweets? And the reason is because Burger King are relaunching, I think, some fries, some particular food product on their menu. And because of all of this talk that's been going on about why they're liking these tweets, it's caused Casey to do a video saying, is Burger King trying to get free publicity out of influencers by doing this strange thing, which has caused Casey to do a video, which has already got hundreds of thousands of views. It's caused articles to be written about it, and it's caused live streams just like this to start talking about it. So from a marketing perspective, Jeremy, what on earth is going on here in this new social media world, and how might that also be influenced by what people could potentially do on YouTube with this?
Yeah, so first off, there's a few people saying that they can't hear me. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Let me know
You should
in the
be able
comments.
to, yeah, you are coming through, so I
right.
can definitely hear you.
Cool. So basically, this is, and Casey really says this well, this is genius. Basically, a big brand was, social media team was trolling big influencers to get noticed. They got noticed. And then basically they're like, oh, the reason we're trolling everyone is because we're introducing our new waffle fries or whatever it is that they're introducing. And I will say this is deceptive practices, in my opinion. I think that it's genius, and I think it's really well done. You know, attention is attention sometimes. But what's interesting about this is I think obviously this opens up to a lot of other ideas of trolling to get attention. You know, so I think a lot of bad things could come out of this.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some good things, but in general, like trolling equals probably not great stuff for the world.
Yeah.
So the fact that one of the biggest brands in the world is trolling for a social media strategy, I think opens up a lot of cans of worms. But I will say, after watching the video a couple of times, I think Casey trolls Burger King twice as hard as they trolled him. You know, I think that, you know, he used this moment if you go to YouTube right now in an incognito window and you type in Burger King, he ranks above Burger King. He ranks
I'm just showing it on screen now. As you can see, he's ranking #1 exploited by Burger King. And actually, when you do a search for Burger King, a video, so the Burger King channel comes about 5 videos down, and then it shows some of their videos. But yeah, Burger King doesn't even rank very well for themselves.
So I guess my question, after he made this video and he had a public plea to work with Burger King for charity.
Yeah, and I think we should mention at this point that is hopefully one thing that's going to positive that's going to come out from this is that Casey is trying to do a collaboration with Burger King to make some money for a charity. So yeah, I think underlining all of this is hopefully a positive story that comes out of it.
Yeah, so I think like this is gonna win. You know, I think a lot of people are gonna win because of this, and you know, with the power that Casey Neistat has, I believe that Burger King will probably move forward with something with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were trolling him, so clearly they had an interest in him already. But I do think, you know, maybe charities win big, and this is a really cool event that happens this year. You know, maybe a big highlight when we're looking at the end of 2019. This might be a cool moment that took from trolling to raising millions of dollars for charity. I think it could be a really cool thing. But if you really look at this from both sides, I still believe that Casey trolled Burger King twice or 3 times as hard as they trolled him. They literally just liked 5 Twitter or 4 or 5 Twitter posts. And he made a whole video and ranks above them. And, you know, he did a lot more than they did to him. So I think it's brilliant on both sides. But I think he exploited them probably harder than they exploited him.
We've left a link in the video description if you want to watch that video from Casey. And yeah, at one point, Casey goes into a Burger King and actually starts talking to customers saying, have you seen what Burger King have done recently? Which is interesting. And yeah, as you say, like hopefully there's a good news story behind this. And it's similar to with PewDiePie versus T-Series, with PewDiePie doing his live stream and generating a lot of money for charities in India. And we hope that story doesn't get lost here. One thing I maybe would ask is that how might this potentially find its way into the YouTube world? Because I think where this could potentially fall into what you might call deceptive practices is if big companies start commenting on large video channels' videos, because there's always been that idea of if you can get comments that appear on a channel's super big channels' videos, you can start almost building a community through those comments. I think there's one person, his name is is it Justin.y, who does nothing but comment on large channels and has built up a channel of 250,000 subscribers without ever posting a video. And it's just all through comments. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe somebody almost might do that in the YouTube world, or companies might start doing this. Especially, I mean, you'd be thinking Burger King would be posting a comment on, doing like a right to reply comment on Case's video.
Yeah, could be, definitely.
So, yeah, just one thing. One of our moderators, the Real Estate Whisperer, was just confirming that what the new product or the old product that's coming back is, where did she say this? Funnel cake fries. So, get them your way at Burger King. I can't remember if that's a value proposition, but yeah, they are available now. Hashtag not sponsored. So that's an interesting little story we have there. Oh, and we have our first super chat, and it does come from vidIQ en Español here. A little bit of internal, external promotion from our other channel. If you speak Spanish, forget Casey and click on this link now. Wow, that is strong advertising there from our sister channel. Yeah, do check it out. You can see a lot of the videos that you see on vidIQ, but in Spanish we bring like a voice actor in and we translate all the text. It's just an amazing thing, and we're already at 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, thank you vidIQ Español for the super chat there. We will probably try and donate that to charity if we possibly can. Right, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to start auditing your channels. You know that this is the main reason why all of you join this live stream every single week is to do channel audits and help you grow your channels. That is, after all, what we do here at vidIQ. There is a link in the video description which has a Google form. If you fill that out, then you may be selected to have a channel audit. Just to give you an idea of how many we get every single week. We probably get about 100 submissions at least every single week on channel audits. We try and do as many as we can. We do apologize if we can't do all of them. If we do not audit your channel this week, then we do have the channel audit tool, which you can see as I'm demonstrating here. Not that one, that's the achievements one. The channel audit tool, which will give you a full statistical of what's going right on your channel, what's not going too well, like a channel snapshot and things of all sorts of descriptions. This is like one of the most powerful tools we have here at vidIQ, and it updates every 24 hours. So if you can't get a channel audit today, then get a channel audit automated 24/7 through vidIQ. There is a link in the video description to download it. All right, Jeremy, are you ready for a bit of channel auditing for our audience here? I just have to press some buttons here to make sure that Jeremy can see our screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
You can. All right, so the first channel we are going to audit today after I do my funky transitions is going to be a food channel, which we think has the potential to go big, but it's maybe making one or two errors right now, and that is Burger King's official YouTube channel. We thought we'd take this as an experiment and, to be honest, tell you what's wrong with this channel, because you would expect for a global brand that has probably millions of customers every single day to have a channel that doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers and videos which sometimes don't even get 1,000 views. Well, there is a marketing genius on the Twitter feed, but maybe they need more help on the YouTube channel. So, Jeremy, where might Burger King be going wrong here? I'm thinking about this. We could probably charge Burger King $10,000 for this sort of advice that we're about to give them, but we're going to give it them for free if they're watching at this live stream. Go ahead. Where are Burger King not going that well with their channel?
I haven't seen anything good yet. So I will start there. They were trying to be funny with their testing 1, 2, 3 and the dates and things like that on their blooper type videos with the King. They're just missing every part of YouTube strategy, in my opinion. The banner is really, really bad.
It is, yeah. It's it's a freeze frame, isn't it?
Someone, that has never done YouTube made the YouTube banner. Most of the videos do not resonate with their customers. Doesn't seem to, and I know this for a lot of reasons, but the biggest is if you look at the numbers next to the views and titles there and the date. A lot of them are like 89 and 83 and 86%.
There's some down here which are like in the 20s. Some of it which really haven't. These got 1 million views, that one, so maybe that's a paid.
Yeah, so that's paid campaigns.
Yeah.
But you can just see like usually if something's not in the 90s of likes to dislike ratio, there's usually something wrong. Unless you talk about Jack Black's new channel, then. So what do you think, Rob?
So what I think is that what Burger King here and doing is not realizing that even for a brand, they need to build somewhat of a unique audience on YouTube. A lot of these seem to be, as you say, outtakes from adverts, so like 15, 16 seconds long. That's not necessarily going to translate well to watch time on YouTube. And it seems to be just lots of commercials. Again, why does anybody really want to watch a commercial on a YouTube channel? There are occasionally these ones where it's like Burger King go the extra smile episode 1, so that maybe has a bit more of a story element to it. And certainly in the last couple of videos, this is one of the better performing ones. But I think what and here we go. Do they use a community tab? No, they don't use a community tab. It doesn't feel as if there's any attempt to build a community here on their channel. It's almost like a dumping ground for some of the content that they have that they've done with their advertising. So yeah, I think channel banner. I mean, what is the value proposition? Burger King, have it your way. How that doesn't get on your channel banner, for one thing, is a total mystery. Playlists, they don't really have any playlists. The About section looks as if it's... so it's Be Your Way. Has that changed now?
I believe so.
Value proposition. Well, there you are. And yeah, their description is terms of service. So that's really inviting to the... potential audience as well. So yeah, I think Burger King, if you do want any more advice, then please do contact us at vidIQ. We would be more than willing to give you a bit more advice there. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at a better food channel, and you'll instantly see why, as we take a look at Chef Jelly's cooking channel, which has 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, I mean, already, what can we see here which is better than the Burger King channel? We've got the hero on the front. I mean, I know we had the Burger King on the other channel, but he was a little pixelated and it wasn't a very good picture. This one is much brighter. I think I'm going to use Jeremy's famous terminology here of there's a somewhat of a little bit of a rainbow vomit, but very much in a cookery style, which means big, bright, beautiful colors. Thumbnails look strong to a certain extent. Yeah, Jeremy, how does this differ? Even though it's got like 90,000 subscribers less, and congratulations on just cracking 1,000 subscribers, Chef Jelly. How does this feel more like a YouTube channel?
If you look at the likes to dislike ratios,
yeah, they are 100%.
They're all at 90 to 100%. Obviously, it's about her and her, being a human and connecting to the audience. You see the whites of her eyes, and you see what the either recipes or final products look like. So I can resonate quickly to see if that's what I want to eat or not, or make. It's inviting and warm, and the colors are good. There's a lot of consistency in the thumbnails and branding, and the titles themselves are typically how to make chocolate chip cookies or something like that, where it matches the passion of teaching cooking with the intent of search that people are looking for. Absolutely.
Some areas maybe that the video creator could improve on is that there is some good thumbnails here, but maybe they lack a bit of consistency with the fonts. They're changing up a little bit. And I would say a lack of consistency in publishing videos. We've seen that there's a big gap here. You've only published like 2 videos in the last month, or only 1. And maybe there needs to be I don't know if his Chef Jelly maybe makes you think that it might be cooking that involves a lot of sweet type foods and fruits, and does that translate well? I'm trying to figure out what might be the niche in the cooking sector.
Can you sort by most viewed?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just wondering if there's an area where this channel may be able to double down. Like, here we go. How to make perfect vanilla cake batter. I mean, that really kind of sums up what the channel might be strongest on in terms of baking products. So yeah, I think you've nailed it straight away there, Jeremy.
Yeah, so maybe you should double down and make more vanilla cake batter type recipes and cake recipes in general. It seems like for some reason we want to dissect why this video did so well. I would look at your watch time, your duration, the engagement, and really just see kind of dissect this video and see what made it work.
Yeah.
And try to replicate this as much as you can. Don't make the same video, make different videos, but take the success. YouTube clearly thinks that you are the video channel for how to make the perfect vanilla cake batter. So double down on this.
Absolutely. So there you are, Chef Jelly. We hope you found our feedback helpful, and we just look forward to seeing you back in the YouTube game in 2019. One more cooking channel we're going to look at then. It is Family Food Fun. Tony 2 Ton. Wow, try saying that. Tony 2 Ton. Try and say that fast 10 times. This looks to be a channel that's specifically about Vietnamese cooking. At least I can see that in some of the titles here. What else are we seeing? Mainly, oh, so there's a bit of vlogging going on as well. So there's a bit of family cooking perhaps there. Thumbnails, again, I think are relatively strong. There's maybe one or two tweaks we could maybe suggest here. I like the fact that when the thumbnails mainly concentrate on one food item, so it's not clogging up too much. But where else could this channel perhaps improve, Jeremy? Other than I think the channel banner looks a bit generic.
Yeah, I would say the titles, I think, are not necessarily matching what people are searching for.
Right.
So for chicken fried steak, I'm guessing people type in how to make chicken fried steak, like my grandmother.
To cook, or how to marinate, and so there's usually a how-to verb.
And if you'll sort
food
by most viewed, let's see what's working the best. My bet is it is a how-to.
You would be unfortunately wrong there, Jeremy. It's the Dallas State Texas Fair, so hey, he must be in your neck of the woods.
You're in my area. So yeah, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You heard it here first, everybody. Jeremy does not know what he's talking about. However, what I do see here is mukbang time. Each of those videos had the most popular ones on your channel. Is there a potential for a series in there?
And one question I have is there's clearly, I don't know if that's Mandarin or what kind of language that is in the title. But maybe there's something there. I would go to, in YouTube Analytics, I would go to what countries people are coming from. Maybe there's not a lot of cooking channels in Chinese or whatever the language is. And maybe you should go all in there, because 2 of the top 5 videos do have that type of language in the title, and I think that there could be a correlation there.
Yeah. All right, then. So Tony 2 Ton, I hope I'm pronouncing your channel name correctly, and good luck with your food adventures. Next channel we're going to look at is the Chrissy Club. This looks to be one of the toy channels which are so popular at the moment, and a lot of people trying to break into this area. Wonderful thumbnails for a channel which has hidden its subscriber count, and we've talked about that before. Why would you do that is the question we would ask everybody here in the chat, because it's clear to see that your subscriber count is probably less than 100 considering the number of views you've got, but it looks like the thumbnail game is right on point straight away with a lot of content going out here. Wow. So it's like 15 videos that have gone out in the last week, if not more. So maybe you might want to tone down the number of videos you're publishing. One thing to remember.
This is actually a huge strategy in this game, though. People are just cranking out content as fast as they can. One
thing to mention about when you publish a lot of content is if you publish more than, it's probably not too relevant for you because you haven't got that many subscribers at the moment, but when you publish more than 3 videos in a 24-hour period, notifications will only be sent 3 times from a channel in 24 hours, so just be aware of that. But Jeremy, it sounds like you have something to say about the volume of content in toy channels and why they're pushing out so many.
Yeah, there's a belief system that just pushing out 1 billion videos a day somehow makes things work. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a valid theory. I think that a lot of big channels do, in this space, do crank out a lot of content. We did a channel audit a few weeks ago of a channel that looked like they actually had like a computer program draw stuff. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And they were just cranking out videos as fast as they could go. So I do think there is a tendency to just go all in and try really, really hard to rank for a lot of things very quickly. How old is this channel? When did they start publishing?
So this channel is 3 months old. So joined in 22nd of October. And how many videos have we already pushed out? We're probably into the hundreds here already, which is phenomenal.
And I would say definitely don't hide your subscriber count.
Yeah.
It just makes it harder for people to trust you. So
I'm just going to play one of the videos, actually. I'm just intrigued I've just muted. Well, let's put the sound on.
1, 2.
So the video production seems to be of a very high quality as well for this type of genre. Excellent lighting and good editing. So all of the, I think, elements are in there. It's just a case of finding breakthrough content. I mean, sorry, Jeremy, if I'm putting you on the spot here, but is it a case of just throwing out as much content and seeing what sticks, or should there be a bit more strategic? Because it looks as if almost every video is different to the last one.
Well, in my opinion, what's broken here is just the fact that most channels kind of organically, like the first 10,000 subscribers are really hard, and then you build an audience, and then it's like a snowball effect, and it's a bell curve up to, this time last year, vidIQ channel had like 110, 120,000 subscribers, and now we're getting closer to 300,000 subscribers. But those first few years were really hard to get that first 100,000 subscribers. And when you grow a channel organically like that, you build an audience organically and a community organically. Just forcing yourself into it, become a big YouTube channel with a lot of content doesn't necessarily work. My suggestion for this channel would actually to be focusing all of their attention on distribution, trying to figure out how to get into the YouTube Kids app, and really just trying to focus in on getting views for each one of these videos, looking at view duration, looking at your absolute and relative audience retention on YouTube analytics, and just really diving into how long people are watching your videos versus competitors' videos. Another thing is, if you're doing videos similar to others, these kids just may not have a reason to watch your content. Right now, they're not finding your content very much because you just started. So, the one question one suggestion I'm telling a lot of creators is to slow down and win small. And I know this is frustrating to hear. It's not about 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 minutes watched. It's way deeper than that. It's about building a community of people that love what you do. So I think in this case, personally, I would slow down the content to, a few a day at tops, and focus all of my energy on a distribution strategy.
A final thought I would also wonder about this channel is maybe it's part of a several channels, and the only reason I say that is because they're pushing out so much content that a single person wouldn't be able to do this, I would imagine. So yeah, it's difficult for us to understand whether this is an individual creator or part of a larger set of channels that's doing this, and it's another one that you've started with. I hope we've stayed a little bit on the kids or the toy channel topic there, so I hope you found that useful if you are a video creator in that space. We're going to move on now to Dragon Ball Code, channel with 2,500 subscribers. And I think this channel looks really strong in terms of the content. The thumbnails look absolutely fantastic. And I think what we're about to have here is a bit of an old Rob versus Jeremy argument here about using copyright potential content in thumbnails. Because Jeremy, I know what you're probably going to say about this is just be aware of using imagery like this in your thumbnails, especially now that we've been seeing posts coming out from YouTube that they're going to be a lot more stricter in their community guidelines, especially in custom thumbnails. So, I mean, Jerry, am I sort of reading you right there that this channel, while having phenomenal thumbnails, needs to just be a little wary of the content that they're, but certainly in terms of the presentation of their imagery, should they need to be a little...
You should be very, very worried about this. And one of the reasons is if you go to the Google Vision. What is it called? The Google Cloud, Google Cloud Vision or something like that. Basically, you can upload any video, and Google.com's API will tell you what expression you have, what logos are in that image, what, copyright infringements, things. Well, they're getting to that point. So basically what I'm saying is Google properties already know more about your image than you could ever dream of. They even know if the person's upset, sad, angry, emotional, happy. So it's pretty amazing how well their image technology is. They're already checking every still frame and audio on your videos already. So I think, and I also, just kind of for the record, I did the YouTube strategy for the official Dragon Ball Z channel in the United States.
Oh, wow.
From Funimation. So this might be fun. Why don't you go to Funimation's channel and see the thumbnails I did real quick?
Okay, let's do that. Funimation. And if I just click on the videos, would that be suitable?
Yeah, so check out some of these thumbnails and then go back to their channel real quick.
Yep. So that's theirs, and this is the Funimation ones.
Yeah, that's theirs. And then go back to Funimation. So the big difference is our faces and expressions and emotions are just 10 times bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see. So there's more sort of more of a body in a lot of these images here.
And you see how big the eyes are?
Yeah, yeah.
So I would say less text and more emotion is going to probably get you a lot more clicks. I did a lot of multivariate testing on this channel. We grew. They're well over 2 million subscribers now, so we really helped them grow a lot. So one thing I would say is maybe take some advice from the work I did on Funimation.
There you go, Funimation channel. You've got all of the examples there. So I just want to offer a little bit of a counterpoint here, and then we'll actually talk maybe a little bit about the channel strategy. Is that sometimes on vidIQ I do borrow elements of imagery from other channels, like in this Casey Neistat one, I've cut out his picture, and also a Whopper meal to put it in the copyright, and put it in a thumbnail. And my understanding is, as a video creator and looking at the copyright the guidelines, is that because we're reporting on this as a news story, and we're offering opinions, and we're not just like, the thumbnail probably accounts for 1% of what's actually in this live stream, then that would be considered fair use in my perspective. Now, we talked about fair use on vidIQ a lot with all the monetization videos that I've done. So I don't know. I could be in the wrong here, and I could be using the imagery inappropriately. I've never had any issues with copyright claims on content, as far as I'm aware. So that would just be my counterpoint to what you're saying, Jeremy. But I think neither of us is wrong, because we can never get a full and firm and 100% answer from YouTube. And I think the answer to that is because YouTube, fair use is a very difficult thing to define, and often when it goes into the courts, it's still a bit ambiguous as to what the answer is there. So
I guess the reason I'm so cautious about it is because we don't know. The truth is, we don't know where the line is.
Exactly, yeah.
And I do it on my channel too sometimes. But the truth is, I'd rather scare people. Yeah,
you're going for the worst case scenario, which is completely understandable. And I admit, I think it's best to start with a worst case scenario, and then at least you know that your content's probably going to be a lot safer than people who just carte blanche copying content, using uploading reused content and whatnot. So I think we're in the same sort of boat in terms of use of this sort of material, but maybe I'm at one end of a boat and you're at the other end of a boat, and then there's people who are way down the ocean in an entirely different part of shark-infested copyright claims and whatnot. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy, folks, but that's the type of thing I do here. All right, let's have a look at the channel a little bit then in terms of its titles. And when I was scrolling down, the channel, when they had these brighter blue thumbnails, they had like a streak of videos which seemed to do a lot better for some reason. I'm just trying to find where that was. All of a sudden, they had a few videos which had tens of thousands of views, and then it kind of fell away again. Like there's ones here with 2,000 views, 17,000 views, and then we'll scroll up and it falls down into a few hundred. So it's very spiky sort of content, despite the fact that the channel's quite focused, as we can see. So what might be going wrong here in terms of the channel? Like, we know exactly what the channel's about, but it's still not always grabbing the audience that you might expect to, and then sometimes it does.
And there could be a few, some of the things is sometimes, movies come out for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe there's like trends that happen that make it bigger. Another thing is distribution, maybe like a magazine or something, or a subreddit picked up some of these. So distribution is really important. Subreddit for this type of stuff for anime is huge as well. And then there's a lot of fan fiction sites out there that could embed these videos. So try to find as many distribution points as you can.
All right, then. And folks, sorry, we're taking a little bit of extra time on some of these channels, but I think it's really interesting diving into some of the topics behind some of what the channels are doing here. So I hope you find this extra information really valuable. And I just want to say hello to the Doberman guy. Our original moderator is back in the house. He's not been able to attend for a while, but hello to you. And I think also congratulations on his channel finally getting monetized. I seem to remember his channel was stuck in the review chaos for months and months, but he's back here, channel monetized. Welcome back to YouTube, and thank you very much for all of the moderating you do here at vidIQ, along with everybody else who's doing the same thing as well. All right, what we're going to do is, with 35 minutes on the clock, we're just going to take a small break, and then we're going to get some more channel audits lined up for you. So, Jeremy, as always, you will need to engage in radio silence for a few minutes. Everybody else, this is time for your restroom break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Folks, this is your 60-second countdown. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Yep.
Hello, folks. You are joining us back here again at the vidIQ live stream, where you join us every Tuesday for YouTube talk and channel audits. I've got some more lined up in the background, and we'll get back to them in just a second. But as always, sometimes I forget to do this or I can't find a good question, but I always scour a question of the week for the YouTube audience, like the type of typical question that everybody asks on vidIQ, and we're trying to answer this here. And we're going to do some live Q&A later on in the live stream. But Jeremy, the question that's coming this week from our community on vidIQ is Shri Kanasi. And his question was basically about uploading schedules. And he asked, do you suggest uploading on the same days each week or changing it up each time? I upload twice a week, but some weeks I upload Mondays and Thursdays, while on others I upload Tuesdays and Fridays. Should I just stick to one specific schedule? What are your thoughts?
As your community grows, I would stick to one time. But what I would do right now with 2,300 subscribers is I would figure out what time seems to have the most views and engagement.
Yeah.
And engagement in the first, 24 hours and 48 hours is really important. So basically you need to know where your majority of your audience lives to kind of figure out when, and what age they are. Maybe they go to school. Maybe they're checking YouTube before school or after school or on the weekends only. So you really need to understand through YouTube analytics your most engagement and how people, who they are, where they live. And then from there, I would make it that same time every week so people can anticipate it. A friend of vidIQ, Cute Girls Hairstyles, they have over 6 million subscribers or something crazy like that. And they have for like many years, almost a decade, uploaded at like 1 o'clock on Sundays. And they have this thing called Power Hour. So people know for the hour after they upload, you're going to get all your questions answered.
Yeah.
So it's like they even trained their audience beyond average. And they're like, not only are you a fan, but you're going to get access to us for 1 hour after the upload on Sunday. So I would even take it to the next level and really focus your community and let them know what's going on and try to build that super fandom. Everyone, a lot of our fan base knows that we're going to be answering questions and doing live streams every Tuesday. So at 1 Central. So we've done this as well. And, we practice what we preach here. And we think that if you look at our channel growth in the last 12 months, you can see like once our core audience became bigger, we started doing bigger things.
So yeah, I think there's a good point there. When you're a smaller channel, there's a certain element of answering to the algorithm. And by what we mean is checking generally when your audience is online. The best way to do this without any sort of vidIQ tools, there is a best time to post tool which will help you, is if you haven't posted a video for like 72 hours, just check your real-time analytics. And what you'll see over a 48-hour period is like peaks and troughs. And then you can see what I call the cadence of your channel. And you should be posting content as that graph is trending upwards, but not right at the very peak. So you want your video maybe an hour or two before that. But yeah, as you then say, Jeremy, once you've established yourself as a channel, then your audience becomes far more important in this conversation. Not just looking at the numbers, but looking at the people and responding to the people and making sure that you're developing watching habits for your core audience. So I think excellent suggestion there. I just want to take a bonus question as well, because somebody posted a super chat here, which is probably worth answering as well. Dark Skin Comics, thank you very much for the 5 euro contribution there. Obviously, in a couple of months' time, €5 is going to mean absolutely nothing to us Brits as we exit the euro, but thank you very much for now. I'm sorry, I'm just joking there. What to do when your subs are going up, but your views are going down? That's an intriguing question, and how would one tackle such a dilemma?
Sorry, I'm laughing because Spencer Nursery just said, "Smile, Jeremy, I'm staring into your soul."
As Jeremy says, windows into the eyes of the soul, and people are practicing what we preach.
It's weird to staring into a lens. I'm not used to it. So I looked at your channel, and essentially the best two performing videos you have had very shocking titles. One was "My Brother Tried to Kill Me," and the other one was like "My First Kiss." So in your case, I don't think it's necessarily has to do with subscribers and views versus when you do shocking titles with your animation style, your videos seem to do much, much, much better. So my suggestion to you would be to try to do more titles like that deliver. It's not clickbait if it delivers, and don't get too caught up into views to sub ratios. I will say, for the amount of views you have, your subscribers are extremely high. That is a good thing. What that means is people that watch your content subscribe to you, and at a very, very high rate, higher than average.
Awesome.
So it's actually a winner's problem, not a loser's problem. So don't worry about it, but go make more shocking animations.
There you are. And thank you, Jeremy, for doing a bit of research in the background there. I didn't realize you were doing that, but it really is appreciated. Folks, we took a super chat question there, but we will take some more live Q&A after we've done a couple more audits. Jeremy, I'm going to start pressing buttons. Hopefully you can see the screen I'm sharing. Please confirm that you can now see a screen. And we're going to go back to some channel audits here. This one we are looking at, I've been practicing trying to say this username for a couple of minutes. Helm of the Anti-Lemon. That's how I'm going to describe your channel name. I don't know if I'm accurate there. And as I was looking through the channel, it looked to be something along the lines of guitar challenges and a guitar channel, but I wasn't quite sure. I was getting a little confused by... I suppose, I think one thing I would say about this channel is I kind of get an idea what the channel's about, but then the branding and the imagery confuses me because there's just so much going on. Like in the channel banner, metal audio comparisons, metal guitar covers, metal versions of songs. I think that's a good opportunity where you need to put all of this into a single sentence value proposition. And then on the thumbnails, there seems to be a lot of text going on in the thumbnails, which I sometimes can't follow. Like this one, for example, I assume it's beats per minute, 85. And then the title is OLA 14 Days Guitar Challenge #1 Failed. To an absolute layman, that means absolutely nothing to me. I don't understand what that is about. So I guess I'm kind of saying that maybe this channel isn't approachable to non-experts, laymen of a topic that you're talking. Jeremy, would you agree with that, or am I being a little too harsh on this channel?
I don't know. I guess I would, using the vidIQ tools, I would really research both in Japanese and English what people are searching for within metal. I know I've done a lot of I've helped a lot of big channels with like how to play guitar for beginners and things like that. So I'm guessing a lot of people are searching for like how to play a certain metal song or a certain metal band. Like I know a lot of people are searching for things like Metallica and a specific song of Metallica. So you may actually be being too wide here. You may actually want to make like a series of videos on one metal band. With like tons of metal songs and actually include the band's name and the song and, how to play guitar, song name, name of bands, name of song. I think that understanding the intent of search around this whole universe of metal and Japanese metal is going to really help you to create videos that people are actually searching for.
Yeah.
And Rob, why is it important for smaller channels to create content around what people are searching for?
Because to begin with, a channel needs to establish an authority potentially in a particular niche type of keyword, and then continue to dominate that keyword to build up an authority to a point where you have subscribers and a core audience, which you can then take your audience on a entirely new journey if you so wish to. We're actually doing a how to start and grow a YouTube channel in 2019 series. We're doing a video every Monday basically on this topic, so make sure to check that out. One thing I will add at the end of this channel is that I just noticed like a few months ago, you were getting views in the double digits, and then when you returned to YouTube like a month ago, you're now getting the same number of views as subscribers almost. So I think there is something positive going on there, and it's that you are reaching either all of your subscribers are watching your content, or you're reaching a little beyond your audience as well, which is good. But I would say thumbnails, as well as in general, is something that you probably want to improve on, because they just seem a little busy to me, these thumbnails in general. But yeah, hopefully the advice from both Jeremy and myself there will help you build what I think metal guitar covers and that type of topic seems quite a good starting foundation for a niche to build a channel. So I think there's good foundations in that channel. Sorry, I'm waffling on here. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. Let's get on to the next channel then. Dinosaur Time and Funny Videos. This looks to be, I would say, looking at it for 5 seconds, a video that's based around dinosaur puppets and stories. That would be maybe the best way to describe it. You have 100 subscribers, so congratulations on hitting 100 subscribers. And yeah, it just looks as if it's general stories. I'm a little confused about what all this numbering is going on here. Dinosaur Time number 53, and then Dinosaur Time Terry's Adventures number 14. So you have different series at different points in their episodes.
I think they've made 53 videos on Dinosaur Time.
Yeah, and then 3 videos on Revenge of the Dice, the Crab
Right.
Show, or something along those lines. So
it's like episode 53.
yeah, that's throwing me a little bit there. I guess the one thing I would be looking at here is it looks as if it's like a channel that's going to be appealing to children and their parents. So there needs to be really super strong thumbnails. What might be worth investing in is some LED lights and maybe a plain white background, so that you can get those really strong colors that are shown on your puppets, rather than, because it all looks as if it's a bit natural lighting and it doesn't quite capture the focus of the whatever's in a thumbnail quite well. And then sometimes there's text on there, and whether that's working. Those are my points from a visual perspective. What about anything you're spotting, Jeremy, that we could maybe help them with here? Like in terms of search intent, I'm not sure really how the titles will grab a viewer.
I think that in general, Dinosaur Time is probably not what people are searching for kids for like dinosaur stuff.
Right.
So I'm not sure what kids are searching for regarding dinosaur stuff, but I would essentially not use the word Dinosaur Time necessarily. I would find out what people are searching for. It's the name of your show.
Yeah, so like we got the Crab Show, The Adventures of Captain Oink. This is just a funny title. Frog Battle Season. Yeah, I'm sort of seeing where you're coming from here.
And we get like you have all these cool different, seasons and episodes and the different subjects. It's great. Yeah. And it sounds cool, like Frog Battle, but the problem is just people aren't searching necessarily for Dinosaur Time. So figure out what people are searching for and then make the titles around that. And also episodic numbers don't really work that much anymore. Yeah. And, channels that have seasons and episodes are actually like a YouTube function that YouTube will invite bigger channels to. So it doesn't work like it used to.
And I wanted to just have a quick look at one of the videos, as this is what I suspected, is that the metadata, again, isn't really supporting search intents in terms of there's no video tags, so that's not really going to help YouTube categorize your content. There's the description. I mean, Terry's father, Jimmy shows up and talks. How YouTube would be able to do anything with that information to, again, help categorize the content would be a big question as well. So I think beyond the content, certainly making these titles, these thumbnails, these descriptions the trifactor of metadata may help you give your content a bit more discoverability. Moving on, we're going to look at, okay, we've got a channel with 2.9 million subscribers, Pyro Cynical. Where on earth do we start with a channel that's already got a humongous amount of subscribers? What is this channel about? It looks as if it's kind of like a bit of a, I don't know, a PewDiePie one, I guess, looking at memes and topical pranky stories.
He's got the liquefy down.
Yeah, he's certainly got the liquefy, which you can learn how to do on Jeremy's channel. Yeah, I think this is one of these channels where the content is probably going to be absolutely king, which really helps make this channel dominate in whatever topic it's talking about. We're getting millions of views per video, which is fantastic.
Yeah, can we sort by most viewed?
Yeah, we're probably going to have some videos here in the tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, which has really helped the channel grow. All right, 14 million. So I'm not going to say super viral video, but certainly nobody's going to complain at 10 million views on a video. Like, what do you want us to say about your channel, Pyro Cynical? How can we audit your channel to get even more views from the hundreds of millions that you have?
Can you go to about real quick so we can see what he says?
Jeremy, you see, something's the gears are turning in Jeremy's head. He's going to bring out some marvelous assistance here for this channel.
If I had to guess, this is a Musically or TikTok style channel using memes and stuff like that. Can you click on one of the videos and let's
okay, I do apologize in advance if we see anything inappropriate, and I'll pause it as soon as I can.
Hey, TikTok.
Yeah,
I was right.
What about you, Panda? What do you think?
So a lot of kids are really into TikTok. TikTok is kind of was Musically, and it's kind of like the new Vine.
Yeah.
Very quick, funny, a lot of memes, a lot of dumb stuff, really bad humor. It's like worse than dad jokes, I think, personally. And kids absolutely love it. And the reason I was like, how does he have so many, I think this channel, see Vine is coming back, TikTok, see all this stuff. I think he's really channeled the inner silly bad jokes of what's happening on TikTok.
Yeah.
And Vine and memes. And I think has become a master at it, obviously, right? With millions and millions of views. For a channel like this, I legit do not even know how to help a channel like this.
Sometimes we've got to be honest.
I mean, the truth is, you have a lot of views. You have a lot of subscribers. Normally, even with like channels with 5 or 10 million subscribers, we can give a lot of good advice. We have billions and billions of views for our customers. So we can definitely give that type of advice. But in this, it's so meme based and, TikTok and so kind of silly, if you will, and shareable, that I'm not sure if you made a different thumbnail for How to Pizza, or Shrek is Illuminati, I'm not sure you can make a better thumbnail. I think these are all meme-ish type stuff, and I'm just not 100% sure. Now it is interesting. When is the last time they post?
So one thing I just want to point out before we look at that. The channel started 4 years ago, so things that are important to remember here is that this channel's been at this for a long time. So you don't just break into this market in 2019 and do this. I guess the memeing type of content was maybe in its infancy 4 years ago, and the sixth video that they made got 40 million views. So they had a viral hit very early on, which probably helped the channel be really successful as well. In terms of when they last posted, Jeremy, let me just sort that for you. The last video was posted 2 days ago, so they're posting, maybe 5 or 6 videos a month at this rate, it looks to be.
And it just seems like one thing you guys have to understand is watch time and thumbnails and titles are important when you're beginning. Mm-hmm. They're important always. Okay, let's just say that his thumbnail game is really, really, really good. But as you build a big audience, let's say over 100,000 subscribers, what happens is if you have a lot of watch time, what happens is this algorithm just kicks in. I have a friend, Joe Scott Answers with Joe. This time last year, he was at 110,000 subscribers, and he's about to hit 400,000 subscribers. And what happened basically is he had a couple of videos go viral from this time last year to today, and his channel just skyrocketed. The growth of a YouTube channel is like a bell curve. It's not just like a straight going up into the right chart. And once you start going viral and you get a lot of watch time and engagement, then YouTube seems to, like, even on our vidIQ channel, if you look, YouTube really seems to favor that. And also velocity, how fast people watch videos. So I think what's happening is he's making ridiculous videos that people are watching a lot of, and they have a lot of clickbaity style titles that deliver. And he's reached the right audience to get there, and the snowball effect just happened. Maybe he got 10,000 views for his first video or whatever, and it just snowballed. Now he has 3 million people basically watching his videos every time, or 3 million subscribers, and that watch time bomb is what I like to call it, just explodes when he puts out a new video.
Well, a couple final points. I'm not focusing on this picture for any particular reason. I want to look at the related channels. YouTube knows exactly what this channel is about because it's related to PewDiePie, Memulous, Grande, and all of those similar types of channels. So YouTube clearly can identify the content. There is something we can suggest, Jeremy. This channel has not used a community tab for 2 months, and the community tab is so powerful, and you can reach such a wide audience beyond the people who subscribe to your channel. So I would suggest doing a couple more posts in the
and polls.
Community
Lots of polls.
Community tab, because for a channel with 3 million subscribers, 4,000 likes, I would say is pretty low. So I think you may want to connect more with your audience there. And there was just one more thing I want to say about the channel, because one of the videos that we looked at, I think we had the video creator in the video doing reactions to memes and things. And people have been asking us again about copyrighted content. Can I do reaction videos with copyright content? The answer is yes, but you always have to be careful with this, and you have to be able to clearly identify that it's transformative content, that you're not just using the majority of somebody else's content and then maybe adding 1 or 2 clips in. It has to really change the dynamic of the content for it to be considered fair use. But I did see that this channel is using it, and I know that's been a question that's recently been asked. Next channel, I think is this our first gaming channel of a live stream? Rain Zero, you have 44 subscribers, and what I would say instantly when I look at your channel banner, I think retro gaming. When I look at your thumbnails, I think The Witcher. I certainly don't think that's a retro game, and Gothic is probably not a retro game. So again, maybe the channel banner needs to more accurately reflect the type of content that you're doing. We've got, as Jeremy has talked about recently, episodic content. Does that really work, including the episode numbers on your thumbnails? Perhaps not. And then I would maybe also ask, what is your focus? Is it Gothic? Is it Oblivion? Is it The Witcher? You've got 3 different games going on at the same time, and the views don't seem to really reflect a growing channel. Although saying that, you only have 44 subscribers at the moment, and you're getting views in double digits, sometimes in triple digits. So there is some growth seeds there, which I think is good. Anything else we could add there, Jeremy, other than the channel's relatively new as well, so maybe 30 videos on there. So some good good potential there, I think.
I would definitely. I'm just happy that you did this, because he wrote in chat that he was going to sacrifice a plush kitten until we audited his channel.
The kitten has been saved. Yeah,
we've saved stuffed animal kittens, so that's a good thing.
I can now put at the end of a description on this video, live stream, no kittens were harmed in the making of this live stream.
One thing I would say is, even at these small numbers, if you see what is getting the most views and double down on that, sometimes as creators, it's so painful to start that we just need a little success. And even like double, triple digit, 200-300 views will get us excited for the next one.
Yep.
What I want to teach you with basically making more videos out of the video that got the most views is to create a series concept or one game concept to where you can start winning in a series of videos that do better than the majority of your content. And then you can keep on doubling down on that thought philosophy.
Boom. What we're going to do right now, folks, is we are going to take another short break. And when we come back, we're going to do live Q&A with you, the audience. So, Jeremy, just to confirm, are you all right for maybe another 20 minutes? We're going to do some more Q&A and then some live audits. But we do need to make sure that we take our restroom breaks and hydrate. And that's what we're going to do. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. See you then. All right, folks, we'll be back in 30 seconds. So if you do have any questions you want to ask about YouTube, vidIQ, make sure you have them ready. And we're going to try and answer as many as we can in the next 5 to 10 minutes, followed by more channel audits. Back in 30 seconds. And we are back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to the vidIQ live stream. I've just been looking at the chat and we're actually getting some break updates from people such as the Geezer Skate who went and did his business during the last break. So thank you for telling us that. The chat really does appreciate such graphic descriptions of what's going on during the breaks. But yeah, that's what the community's here for. We support everybody and everything that they do. Right, Jeremy, we're going to take some Q&A. So I hope you are ready for the questions that are going to be asked here of myself and you. I've remembered to do the transition this time. So what we're going to do, we're going to do it this way, Jeremy. Like you pick a question to ask me, and I pick a question to ask you. We'll do it alternately, and let's try and limit our answers to 20 seconds because I know questions come in so often, and we spend like 2 minutes answering one and don't get through them all. So, Jeremy, you ask a question to me first. Go.
All right. Is growing a channel now harder than it was before?
Yes, I would say, because there are more video creators on YouTube. There are more people watching on YouTube, but those topics are starting to get saturated. But there's still lots of opportunity on YouTube, and I think there's more money than ever to be made on YouTube just from the reports that we've been seeing. So yes, it is harder. I would say the Wild West days have gone, but it's still a magnificent opportunity to be on YouTube. Jeremy, my question to you is it important to make a channel that makes you happy or that makes the YouTube robots happy? Wow, that's a deep philosophical question.
Yeah, I will say that your happiness is probably ultimately more important because your passion and you, what makes you unique is actually, even though this sounds cliche and cheesy, is actually what's going to determine if you become successful or not. So your drive and your passion to make videos is really the difference between most of us and people with 1 million subscribers plus are just the tenacity. Thank you.
There we go.
The tenacity and just never giving up. That's really the big difference. So if you're not passionate about it and you're just doing the robot game, probably not going to be happy.
Awesome. Question for me.
All right. I'm looking real quick. Is there merit in advertising your own channel to get more subscribers?
God, I'm terrible at answering questions about actually paying money to do advertisement because I would say I'm a traditional video creator whereby I built my channel up organically with no paid ads. So, Jeremy, I might have to throw that back onto you very quickly. What would be your thoughts on paid adverts?
I would say if you're going to do it, I wouldn't do in stream like the skippable ads. I would do something where you're actually showing up for search terms that you're trying to rank for, and that display ads on Facebook or YouTube actually mirrors organic traffic within 10 or 15%. So if you're going to do it, I would do it from a search intent perspective, not a skippable ad perspective.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't spend too much money. I would just, try to get you a little more watch time and get you going. But I wouldn't spend, a lot of money or a lot of time on it, but I do think it could help.
Yeah, I have seen a couple of channels trying to just establish themselves as a brand new channel on a particular search topic. I know we've got a local YouTube meetup group in Vancouver, and somebody was paying on ads to just try and get themselves into the financial tutorial area, and it seemed to work to a certain extent. Right, I'll take a question for myself, Jeremy, because I kind of cheated there by throwing it back to you. There was one that came up that I wanted to answer, and I've now lost it because everything moves so quickly. Oh, where did it go? I'm sorry. Here we are. Mari Spagnolo Paul, I think. Is doing a giveaway a good idea when you only have 150 subs? I would say never do a giveaway with the intent on trying to build an audience. You may build subscribers, but those subscribers and viewers are not going to stay for your content. They're just there for the free stuff. So I think having giveaways as part of a wider strategy is a good one. And I'm still saying that I'm going to do giveaways in these live streams. I just need to work out an effective way to do it. So we are going to do that in the future. But yeah, I wouldn't put too much faith in giveaways to build a YouTube channel. Okay, Jeremy, I've got one for you. I'm getting $1 for 6,000 views. Why? That comes from Beauty Conscience. So this is a question about CPMs. Could you explain why that is in 20 seconds?
Sure. So, I mean, basically, if you're relying on AdSense for revenue, you're doing YouTube wrong. And the truth is, you're just I saw a channel, one of my favorite new channels got 32 million views, and he posted on Instagram how much he made from those 32 million views, and it was pennies.
Yeah.
It was not even enough. It was less than someone would make minimum wage in America for a year. So what you really need to do is develop a business, sell, do affiliates or sell your own products or services, and never rely on AdSense ever.
Yeah, you are completely at the mercy of the advertisers. And so whatever your niche you're in, if you're getting 6,000 views for $1, that does sound relatively small. But that might be because your videos are targeted to 10-year-old children who have an interest in giveaways. Or I know that sounds ridiculous, but in other words, there's no money to be made from that target audience, just as an example. All right, Jeremy, question for me.
All right. vidIQ, is yellow monetization sign stopping video from being recommended?
So this is an interesting question, and I think the Nerd City did a phenomenal video on this about 12 months ago. So whether it's still completely accurate now, but it was almost like it was when you get a flag of that kind, it could potentially profile your video. And if you look at it from this point of view, if the advertisers don't think it's suitable, then there's a high probability that maybe YouTube is putting some sort of age restriction flag on it. Now, again, that could be wrong information and a myth, but YouTube have said in like documents and in videos that there are these flags and restrictions that they may put on videos which you don't necessarily see. So if you're getting yellow icons, then that's certainly a possibility, but I can't confirm that. Question for you, Jeremy, is going to be, let's just scroll down here. Jeremy, if shape up a niche, should I do it gradually or instantly? I don't understand that question, to be honest.
So yeah, what he's asking is if he creates a niche, a focused channel,
right?
Should he do it over time or should he just go for it? My suggestion is if your channel's small, go for it. You have nothing to lose. If your channel's large, test first.
Geezer Skate, you're saying that the color is off and I'm a bit green. There's a funny story behind that, actually. So I'm using a cam link where you connect a camera to the computer and it gives much better quality. And I think you will agree that the sharpness of my image is better. Like if I go to the webcam, we're going a little bit off topic here, but I do enjoy a question like that. This is how I look on the webcam, and I think I look a bit blotchy and I'm not as in focus. So I think the camera looks better. The problem is I'm using a, whoops, I've disappeared. I am using a 6-year-old camera where the touch screen is broken, so I cannot actually change any of the settings. So that's one of the live stream insider stories there. I'm going to get a new camera, hopefully, which means that I can adjust it or I can try and get my DSLR to work. But thank you for noticing. And yeah, I'm going to try and improve that. I mean, you could have actually just said Jeremy looks too orange and I would have much more appreciated that. But yeah, and maybe the green earphones don't work. Maybe it's going completely messing up the white balance. But yeah, the touch screen is broken, so I can't actually change any of the settings. It's on automatic. But it's really funny because I had to blindly try and turn off one of the settings, so it didn't appear on screen. Sorry, I'm going completely off topic there. Let's ask a more relevant question. Jeremy, how can I make Sorry, go. You ask it me. Sorry.
Okay, so Doverman asks, vidIQ Studio Classic or Beta?
Oh, it's still the classic for me, I have to say. There are some nice features coming into the beta whereby it gives you sort of reports on how well your videos perform against old ones. I love the dashboard, which shows you your most recent video and how it's performing against older ones. But I'm still finding some of the navigation a little clunky. And then you just get to a point and you think, why isn't this here? I need it in the Creator Studio. So until everything is transferred over, I'm still Creator Studio. What about you, Jeremy? Are you the same or?
I'm about 50-50 now, to be honest with you, because I really like the, I'm a thumbnail guy, so I really like the impressions to views and click-through rate.
Absolutely, yeah, that is useful. I will agree with that. Yeah, you may have noticed that vidIQ is now, we have some of our tools in the beta studio. We'll continue in our crossover, but we've certainly got the boost features and the tagging in there as well. Right, Jeremy, I'm going to ask you a question, and the question is going to be... let's see, trying to find a good question in here, and if you've seen a question, Jeremy, ask me one because I can't see any good questions. Oh no, sorry, right, here we go. This one from Red Cad Inc. How can I make a how-to tech tutorial channel more amazing?
One of the biggest things, believe it or not, is getting tech first. So one of the biggest struggles, and if you look at Linus or any of the bigger tech channels, they're there first. And what happens, what we found both on my little small channel and vidIQ's channel, for example, with YouTube hashtags, we were 2 of the first videos on YouTube about the new YouTube hashtags. And we still, I think, the vidIQ channel still ranks like number 1 and 2 in the world for YouTube hashtags. And my little channel ranks like 5 or 10 in the world for YouTube hashtags. And the reason for that is we were right there at the intersection between search intent and new words that people started using. So what I'm saying is, like, when the new phone comes out or the new tech you're talking about right before it's released, if you're there in the first like 10 or 20% of videos on YouTube, it definitely seems to stick longer and harder.
And just to add, because I had a tech channel myself, 3 things you can think about. If you cannot be first, be better. Now, that can be hard to do because you might not have the editing skills or the filming skills just yet. Be bigger, where you can certainly do that. And be different. here's something you can quickly do. Do a search for Galaxy S8 tips and have a look at, I think, search result 3 and 4. And you will find videos from the Video Gadgets Journal. Those are my videos, and my strategy was, well, if I can't get this tech first, what I'm going to do is make the best tips and tricks videos better than anybody else and bigger than anyone else. So I'm not going to do 10 tips in my video. I'm going to do 150 tips. I'm going to blow everybody out of the water with those videos. And because they're so long, they got massive amounts of watch time. And 2 years later, they are still at the top of the search results, evergreen content, and they still make passive income for a channel that I haven't done anything with in 9 months. And I'm going to do a video on that for vidIQ on the year's anniversary of not doing a video on my old channel, just to show you how much I've earned by doing absolutely nothing. So, sorry, I've hijacked your question there, Jeremy, but yeah, I certainly wanted to add
Great
that.
answer.
I wanted to add that.
That's a phenomenal answer. Yeah, absolutely.
Is having a face cam for streaming a game good for views and subscribers? I would say 100% yes. If you can get in front of the viewers and you have passion, you have humor, or even if it's like professional and personal development, you want to get more confident in front of camera and talking to people, absolutely get a webcam and get in front of there, and just don't worry what your first videos are like. What else have we got? Let's take 3 more questions and we'll go back to audits. Jeremy, we'll just, if either of us pick up a question, let's just pick them up and answer them.
Yeah. So what's the best gaming channel? What's the best gaming advice I can get to get subscribers?
Search for how to start a gaming channel and you will find a vidIQ video at the top of the search rankings. Watch that. Basically speaking, people will come for the game, but they will stay for the content and the personality. And you think of PewDiePie, he used to be a gaming channel. He's not a gaming channel anymore, but that's how he started. So, yeah, that's quick advice I would give you there. What's the benefit of a custom URL and do you use it? Question for Jeremy there.
Oh, yeah. You know what? From a branding perspective, it's really good for people just to type in, youtube.com.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, / whatever your brand is. It should be consistent on all the social platforms and your .com name. So from a branding perspective, it's very important. Having said that, I have a friend who is about to hit a whole lot of subscribers, and his custom URL is complete ridiculous. It's some old thing that means nothing, and he's just too scared to change it because his channel is so big. So at the end of the day, he still ranks for his name and what his channel is on top of his custom URL. So it's not something that is life-threatening, but when I think it's very professional for people to go to youtube.com/yourname.
Final question, and I will let both myself and Jeremy kind of answer this in 20 seconds each. The Gas Guzzler asks, can a channel about racing games become successful in 2019? My answer to that is any channel on any topic can be successful in 2019. You just have to have a strategy in place that connects with the audience of whatever that topic is. Be different in some way to your competition. As I've said earlier on, be bigger, be better, be different. You have to find a way to make your content work. In Fortnite, the most competitive YouTube topic right now, there are channels who are solely concentrating on how to get more frames per second on that game to improve people's gaming performance. One of those channels in about 3 or 4 months has gone from virtually no subscribers to 50,000 subscribers and millions of views. So yes, it can. Jeremy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you need to find, this is why we're talking about focus and niching down. You can't just do what the successful YouTubers are doing. You need to bring your own flavor to it. So on Rob's personal channel, he has over 100,000 subscribers, and he was able to get that because he basically showed people how to record their screen. vidIQ, we're doing things faster, different perspectives. When news breaks, we're out there quicker than a lot of other people. There's a lot of ways we get out there, but if you go try to copy another channel, you will probably fail miserably.
Boom. Whew. Wow, that was a long Q&A session, Jeremy, but I love that. I love giving something back to the community, and I hope you enjoyed those questions. And would you believe it? We still have some channels to audit. So Jeremy, if you have enough energy left, we're going to try and do some quick audits now. He's giving a thumbs up there. I love that. Our endurance for these live streams is slowly improving. Well, I'll say mine is. Jeremy might be on the floor here, and he's just too polite to say, please stop this, help me God. But yeah, let's now do some, no, not questions of the week. Sorry if that's a wrong transition. Ignore that. I'm going to get the right transition in a second when that one disappears. Right, let's do some quick audits. All right then, we are going to look at Shadow's channel 1, 600 subscribers. Please subscribe with an emoji and what looks to be a dab there. What I'm liking here is some emotions with, especially like this one with the crying face and attacking Theresa May there on a Brexit topic. So you're trying to stay topical, which is fantastic. You're appearing in a lot of the thumbnails, which is good. Trying to jump on the TikTok trend at the moment, which is also, so you have a strategy of trending topics. Maybe what's the channel focus? I'm not sure there. Shouting in a lot of your titles. I'm just sort of saying stuff as it comes into my head. Jeremy, try and put all of this into some cohesive suggestion about how this channel could maybe improve Shadow's channel 1.
Sure. So I think this is another TikTok styled channel. So I think, the whole goal is for this disruption and like clickbaity titles. So on one hand, it works for people that are established, but on the other hand, it's actually really hard to break into this game. I would try to really up your thumbnail game and even make your titles even more silly. It's not enough for me to click on your Nexus and you know it, so I think you should actually make it a little more. If you're going all in on the TikTok meme silly stuff, go bigger, and you're really just spend a lot of time on your thumbnail game.
I like the fact that you got 600 subscribers, but some of your videos are getting 300 to 400 views, so that's a good sign of a healthy channel as well. Good luck there, Shadow's channel 1. Next channel is Tora. Looks like an animation channel, I would suggest, but about a particular character or a particular cartoon. Unfortunately, I know absolutely nothing about animation. Thumbnails seem relatively strong, but I'm not sure if this is like opinion pieces, commentary. Some of it seems to be why I prefer Fairy Tale Zero, for example. How many subscribers do you have? 230. I would suggest maybe that there's I'm not sure what the channel focus is here. Is it one particular animation or not? Jeremy, are you able to help me out here, being a thumbnail editor of animation?
Lots of them,
Right.
Naruto and Fairy Tale and a lot, One Punch Man. There's a lot of different ones. So one suggestion I would have, thumbnails are great.
Yeah.
Great job there. I even like the silly text, it looks very anime style text. Great job there. The suggestion I think I would give you though, is I would actually do a series on Fairy Tale, a series on One Punch Man, a series on, Naruto. And, instead of doing 1 or 5 videos, I would do maybe 20 or 50 a year on one specific thing. The fact is, one anime could literally be a channel. Like, there's super fans. The thing that's really cool about anime and gaming and, car guys and all these skateboarding and all these passions is there are people just like obsessed with one anime. And you could literally have a channel on one anime.
And I don't know if you noticed, something that we often do here at vidIQ is when we're auditing channels is the quickest way to find out where your least path of resistance to getting more views and subscribers is. We just sort by the most popular video and we see, hey, YouTube enjoyed this video the most in terms of sharing it with your audience. Can you make a video series out of your most popular video? And so that's why we sometimes do that. Next channel is Money King MM, 33 subscribers. I'm guessing this is about Pro League Rainbow Six. So this is a channel about Rainbow Six. I'm seeing Rainbow Six a lot in the titles. Not reflected in your channel banner or your channel name necessarily. Obviously, you don't need to call it a Rainbow Six channel, but that seems to be a focus. It looks like you're experimenting with thumbnails, trying to work out which are the most effective ones. I'm also seeing some Fortnite stuff on here, but then I'm looking at your channel. It's relatively new. You're a month old and you're producing a lot of content, so I think this is fantastic that you're trying to find essentially your home on YouTube, and it looks as if you're focusing on Rainbow Six for a series of videos, which is good. And there's a video here with 93 views and 55, so one's reaching beyond your audience again, which is fantastic. So I'm seeing some good things here. Jeremy, I think if it was just one piece of advice just to give to this channel to help them as they're starting their channel, what would it be?
Up your thumbnail game.
There we go, up your thumbnail game. So stay on topic with Rainbow Six, up your thumbnail game. Absolutely, good suggestion. Right, let's go to Joss TY. Congratulations on 600 subscribers, which no doubt you'll probably hit after this live stream, because I've just been hearing that Rain Zero, who we audited earlier, has now hit 50 subscribers, probably thanks to people subscribing from this live stream. So make sure you watch their content. Don't just do sub for sub. This channel, I think what I'm basically going to say is we need to work on these thumbnails, because these are... How would I describe these? These are like, let's say you've made 10 thumbnails and you've stacked them on top of each other, and then you've knocked the bottom thumbnail down, and all of those have come crashing down to create a rubble of a thumbnail, because there's so much stuff going on here. I don't even know where to start. I couldn't tell you what this channel's about, because the thumbnails are just completely losing me. Obviously the language is a bit of a barrier as well here, but there's too much going on in everywhere. I think it's Grand Theft Auto 5 in the channel banner, but I can't necessarily see that in the thumbnails. But with 600 subscribers, 500 views, again, you're doing something right with your content. Wow, what is that, 5-hour live streams you must be doing as well. Any general thoughts, Jeremy, here? Obviously, the language isn't...
with a lot of different channels from different countries, especially Latin America, for some reason, these are what...
Yeah, you're right as well. In certainly Indian and Pakistani channels as well have super complex thumbnails. So, yeah. So maybe we're just not in tune with the type of branding that's used. I'm not sure really what else to say. I guess the numbers seem relatively strong. How old is the channel? Would be the last question. Okay, so it's been around for about 18 months. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. I guess channel focus. I'm not really sure where the channel focus is there. There looks to be a lot of different games, even though your channel banner says Grand Theft Auto, and then you have not a puppy line. What is a puppy line? A cub. That's what happens after an hour and a half of a live stream. You just try and...
Figure getting tired.
You just try and say stupid things. Somebody clip that and turn that into a meme. Puppy line. Right. Anyway, let's move on to the next channel. Sorry if we haven't given you much help there, but hopefully the live stream got a good laugh out of what on earth I'm talking about. Let's learn today tutorials that will help you. Help you with what? I think is the first question I'm asking from the channel banner, and it looks a little cropped here, so you might want to just adjust that.
And let's just talk about this real quick, because the difference between help you with what and what you're teaching is the difference between this channel possibly having 100,000 subscribers and 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if YouTube and your subscribers knew exactly what you taught to a T, then your chances of discoverability are way, way higher.
Yeah. I think that probably feeds into the content where we've got stuff like how to resize an image in a video editor, extraneous solutions, reciprocal of a number. So it looks as if you do math tutorials, but then you're kind of going into tutorials on iOS. I think the channel is a tutorial channel, but the size that it is, there needs to be channel focus. Whether it's academic, educational, or software tutorials, I think you need to definitely decide on that for the channel. I think that's pretty much where we can leave it for that one, I would say. Love this channel's name, Moose Tube. If you aren't in Canada and if you're not doing videos about moose, then you've missed something in communication and translation. What is it about there? Yeah, where is Moose 17? Where is Moose 16? Oh, I'm confused a little bit, right? So Ben versus Keurig equals toilet. That's an interesting title. I'm not sure. I guess that has intrigue, but I think this is a good example here, Jeremy. I'm just getting onto a really specific thing here about how the thumbnail should complement the title. Like, this one doesn't necessarily have much search intent, but that title to me is really intriguing, but then the thumbnail just fails to deliver on that title completely. Like, I just can't connect the story there. So it would maybe click less. So I was just thinking, sometimes we talk a lot about search intent. This one here doesn't have much search intent, but the title is so good, and yet the thumbnail is so, I'll be honest, bad in this one. Any thoughts on that particular thought in my head?
Yeah, this is a great illustration of the title and the thumbnail actually have to correlate. Could you do me a favor and type in, "This is not yellow"?
Jeremy always falls back onto this.
My favorite
interesting story,
thumbnail of all time
is
a yellow box. And the reason for that is the title supports it. And this video has 18 million views because you're looking at a yellow box and the title says this is not yellow. And the power of that kind of illustrates the power of what's missing from the last video. The thumbnail did not match the title and it did not make sense in our brains.
Sorry, I was just looking down a list because I was wondering if Vsauce had tried to capitalize on the "this is not" keyword, because they've got "this is not" this video isn't real as well. Getting distracted. Okay, so sorry, back to MooseTube then. You don't have a channel banner. I would guess it's a vlog about adventures in a particularly not hospitable climate, but a colder climate where you may find moose, but I'm not seeing that in the thumbnails. Some are about Dollar General Christmas clearance. So I think I've been talking about this in a recent video about what's your strategy if you're a vlogger, or what's your focus? Because it's easy to say what your focus is if you're a gamer, but I think that your focus, if you're a vlogger, should be storytelling. That is the focus of your channel. And even though we're not jumping into the videos themselves, the storytelling elements do need to be stronger, would you say, in the thumbnails and the titles, Jeremy? Sorry, we seem to be going around in circles here, but that's...
Absolutely.
I think I've got to a point now of where the channel needs to up their marketing game in terms of getting people to click on their content.
Absolutely.
All right, so MooseTube. Sorry if we went around the circles there a bit, but I think in terms of your channel, we think it's a vlog, so there needs to be storytelling in the thumbnails and the titles, where this one almost nails it, but there's just something not quite connecting there, as Jeremy said. All right, next channel. Jeremy, I promise you, we don't have that many more channels to go. I know you have no idea how many channels we've got left to audit, but we're getting close now. Intel, nearly 6,000 subscribers. Congratulations to you on that. This looks to be another one of those channels which is about a very particular space, flight simulator. I know Science Games or someone else has a very similar channel, but this one certainly seems to have nailed down this niche absolutely. Wow, look at this. The last two videos have got 10,000 plus videos. You know what I'd be saying at this point? Ignore everything we say. Do exactly what you're doing now, because I think for a channel with such a niche, getting that many views, where else could we help them? I would say. Yeah. Well, some of these with 50,000 views, I think you're just onto a winner here with the content that you're doing. It all seems to be doing really well. Maybe check your analytics and see which have the best click-through rate from the thumbnails. That I can see you're experimenting a little bit, because I can see some videos down here with like tens of thousands of views, which are even better. Follow the trending topics in the space flight simulator topic. Yeah, I think this channel's brilliant. Go on, Jeremy, just one piece.
For a small niche, it's absolutely brilliant. The only thing I don't see is like maybe SPF does better than Space Flight Simulator, but I would try to make sure you are titling. Like, titles are probably your most important piece of this whole puzzle, because it's such a small community. Yeah. So I would just make sure that you're using the tag. Is it SPF?
SFS is at the front of every single title, it looks to be.
or would Space Flight Simulator have more search intent? That's my only question I have for this channel.
Boom, there you go. I would suggest that this is probably one of the leading channels in this particular topic. So continue to do what you're doing. The Cruisy Ways, Jays, we've looked at this channel before, I believe. 2,500 subscribers. I think it looks as if you're working on a movie of some kind because you've not published much in the last couple of weeks. Anything to add, Jeremy? I think we've talked about maybe
a ton of way too much text.
Yeah.
The different fonts we talked about before, different background colors. Just can't really visually, like, if I looked at each one of these thumbnails individually, I would actually think it was like 8 different channels.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you haven't published many videos recently, Cruiserways, Jay, so maybe for the next few that you do, a couple of changes there in your fonts. I think we've also done this channel as well. I was just picking up some from the list and not really checking the channels. Elixir, you're close to 100,000 subscribers, so congratulations on that in advance. The silver play button will be heading your way very soon. Videos in the tens of thousands. Looks very strong to me. Looks as if you are meeting celebrity YouTubers or people who are very renowned in the area. So things look good there. I'm not sure where I would be able to offer advice here.
Yeah, it looks like 2.8 million views sneaking into Meet Ninja.
Yeah.
Is
cool
that
stuff.
what happened? Is that where? Let's click on when you get a second, click on videos and most popular.
Yes, sir.
So it looks like you probably really jumped up your subscribers in the last month by using Ninja and Ninja Success. In the last couple of months, he got to 20 million subscribers. So it was probably really good timing. But even you have a good strategy, and your strategy simply is I call this fame hacking. You're taking other people's fame and you're using it into your channel, and you're trying to get the algorithm to favor your videos. In this case, almost 3 million views using the Ninja name. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
One thing you can change in a week, I guess, Elixir, is to change road to 10K to road to 1 million, because you'll be cracking 100K very soon. And here we go. Ordeal the Reaper Gaming. This channel looks as if it's about maybe horror games. You're doing a Let's Play of Resident Evil. And so here we have an example of a channel which has episodic numbers for their content. But it doesn't seem to be getting much traction. You've got 1,000 subscribers and only 4 or 5 people are watching these videos. So that suggests to me that your audience is just not reacting at all to your most recent Let's Play. Let's just have a look at your most popular and see, did you get these views? So you haven't really got all of these subscribers from a breakthrough video. So I guess the question is, what's not working for your channel? Any thoughts there, Jeremy, on what might not be working here on this channel? It's a little disappointed the channel will get so few views on videos that they're publishing here. They're doing a lot of content, though. So what is it? Your small wins go big, or... Sorry, what was your phrase that you've been using?
Oh, win small.
Win small, there we go.
So do less videos and try to get more focused on things like distribution. I think Resident Evil in general is just too narrow of a word. I would figure out what people are searching for in Resident Evil, like how to play blah 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 Resident Evil 3 or whatever, right? And just make more search intent based Resident Evil. I just don't think you're going to rank, a small channel is not going to rank for Resident Evil 2 that term alone. I think it's going to take more than that. Folks,
wow, that may be the longest live stream that we've ever done for channel audits, especially with Jeremy in tow. Jeremy, I really appreciate you sticking around here for the extra time. But I thought we really smashed a lot of channels there. Just sum up your thoughts for this live stream.
I would say, everybody, you need to find a focus.
There we go. Find the focus. Yeah. Folks, we're going to be saying our goodbyes in the next couple of minutes, so if you do want to say goodbye, we'll make sure to shout you out before we end the live stream. If you've enjoyed the vidIQ live stream today and you're not already a subscriber, we've got a pillow over here. You don't want to press on this pillow, but we should have something in the bottom right hand corner. If you click on that and subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this live stream, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to get your channel audited right now from the vidIQ tool for free, there is a link in the video description which will enable you to download it and install vidIQ straight away. So Jeremy, let's start with the goodbyes. Who has been on the live stream and who are we saying goodbye to?
Thank you so much, SB Tech Plus and the Doberman guy, for being our amazing moderators. Like
Absolutely.
Always.
Yep.
Definitely appreciate you. We have Wild Wolves and Dana, Super Andrew, Salty Vibes, Master Goalie, and take it away, Rob.
I'm just adjusting the audio to make sure that this isn't too loud, folks, because it's really loud in my ears, so I'm just turning it down a bit. Okay, so goodbye to Liquid Ocelot, 64-Bit Dragon, Michael Hale, Tech Lane, Red Tech, Taishu R, I think, SB Tech Plus. I'm not sure if Jeremy said goodbye, but goodbye again. Step Key Steelers, Yakusta Solutions, Mr. Hack Satire Videos, Diane Jennings, Virtual Hero, Beauty Conscious, Red Tech, Brandon and the George Vlogs. Who else have we got? Doing Explorer, Doberman Guy, Science Games, TF Wider 1. You've all been amazing, and we will see you this time next week on the vidIQ live stream. I almost said my other channel then. I was about to lose my words there. So, Jeremy, it is left for me to say thank you very much for your time. What we're going to now do is wave uncomfortably for 10 seconds to make sure that the live stream ends properly, like this. And enjoy the rest of your video making day. Jeremy, take it away with the waving. And smile. Show your teeth.
I don't want to stare at people too much. I guess they'll scared.
Bye.